So, when you think of the episode Rain's Only Friend, you probably remember the big emotional moments, right? I mean, it's where Peter just completely breaks down, resigns from the Force, and really grapples with this need he has to be perfect for everyone he loves. It's a powerhouse for sure. But it's also, and this is the cool part, one of the most important episodes in the entire series because of how many firsts it introduces. When you actually look past the drama, when you get into the bones of the story, you start to see that there's something else going on right under the surface. Something foundational. Yeah, the emotion is what sticks with you. But this episode is quietly one of the most important in the whole series just because of how many new things it sets up. So today, we're going to break down exactly how this 1 hour of TV laid the groundwork for pretty much everything that came after. We're going to explore 6 key firsts that all happened right here. We'll meet some new faces, watch a pretty shocking decision from Peter, see a philosophical split start to show, discover a fan favorite detail, get a whole new side of Kane, and finally, unpack the one concept that would really define Peter's entire journey. Okay, so first up, let's talk about how the world of the show literally got bigger in this one episode. We meet 3 brand new and really important characters. This is the first time we ever meet Donnie Double D, Mary Margaret Scalani, and Michael Eppie Epstein. And what's so incredible is how big of an impact they all had. Donnie and Mary Margaret, they'd become major recurring characters. And Epstein, he gave us our very first real look into Peter's early years as a rookie cop. Just like that, boom, the world of the show got a whole lot richer. Next, a moment that honestly could have felt like a series finale, but it was really just the start of a powerful, recurring theme for Peter, turning his back on his own identity as a cop. This is also the very first time Peter turns in his badge and gun and just walks away from the Force. And in that moment, it feels so shocking, so final. But as we'd see later in the series, this definitely wouldn't be the only time Peter questioned his place as a police officer. You know, the writing here is just so lean and powerful. After she hands him his gun, Scalani just says, "And this," as she gives him the badge. There's no big speech, it's just the incredible weight carried in that one single word. It's just fantastic writing. So beyond Peter's own crisis, this episode plants a really crucial seed. It shows us, for the first time, that the son doesn't always follow in the father's exact footsteps. We get this flashback, and it's one of the first times we see a really clear sign that Peter's approach to problems wasn't always going to match Kane's. See, Kane told him to essentially ignore the town bullies, to teach them with patience. Peter, well, he chose to confront them directly, with his fists. It's this fundamental difference in how they see the world, and it would echo through their whole relationship. All right, let's shift gears a little bit to something lighter, but believe me, it is no less important to the show's legacy. This episode gives us one of Peter's most memorable and kind of humanizing personal details. I am talking, of course, about his train set. It only shows up for a second here in his apartment, but this one little piece of set dressing became this iconic fan favorite detail. And it all gets cemented with this one simple line from Scalani. That little observation instantly gave Peter a hobby, a hint of his past, and a detail that would show up again and again in fan fiction and online discussions for years to come. And you know what? It wasn't just Peter getting more depth. This episode also peels back a layer on Kane, and it reveals the side of the master that we really had not seen before. For the first time, we get to see that Kane's life could be more than just being a priest or a father or a mentor. His date with Mary Margaret, which is woven into this super dramatic episode, adds this incredible warmth and humor, and just a whole new dimension to his character. And now we get to the big one. This is maybe the most important first in this entire episode. This is the moment that gives a name to the central conflict of Peter's entire character. It's a concept that echoes through the entire rest of the series. It's really the key to understanding Peter. So the question is, do you remember how Kane explained it? It all starts with this beautiful metaphor. Kane explains that ancient Persian weavers would intentionally weave one mistake into their carpets because they believed that only God could be perfect. And from that idea, he pivots to the human condition. The dialogue on this page just brilliantly captures their whole conversation. Kazim tells him, like those carpets, each of us has our own Persian flaw. And when Peter just assumes his flaw as being a loose cannon, Kazim gently corrects him and reveals what the real issue is.
And there it is. That is Peter's Persian flaw. It's his need to be perfect for the people he loves and his deep concern for what they think of him, for their approval. This single idea became one of the clearest ways to understand Peter's character from this moment on.
So when you put all these pieces together, it becomes incredibly clear. What makes Rain's Only Friend so foundational isn't just the raw emotion of the episode itself. It's the way its ideas, its characters, and its themes would just continue to ripple out and shape the series for years. And these weren't just one-off things either. Mary Margaret and Double D came back. We'd revisit Peter's rookie years. There would be a second time he surrendered his badge, more moments with the train set, and of course, Peter's Persian flaw became a central, driving theme of the whole show. This episode didn't just tell one emotional story, it quietly built the blueprint for years of storytelling that followed. It wasn't just a great episode. In so many ways, it was a beginning. It truly was the episode of firsts.